Polarized Report.
On the Polarize Report, we rate movies on a scale of 1 to 4. Our rating system is designed for the average moviegoer as well as cinephiles.
A 1 movie is a movie that is not good in our opinion. However, we can understand why other people might like it.
A 2 movie is going to be more along the lines of average, something that more people dislike than like, but somewhere in the middle.
A 3 movie is a movie that we really liked and thought was pretty good, and if it was on, we'd probably watch it again.
And a 4 movie is a movie that is great and we would highly recommend to other people because this movie is why we go to cinema.
After we're done rating the movie, we decide whether or not we think it deserves a spot in our top 13 list of movies for the year.
And if the movie is absolute garbage, it'll go in the bottom 7, which is where the bad movies go.
At the end of the year, we discuss the 20 movies that were 13 that were good and 7 that were bad, and decide really which ones made it special this year.
I'm Von.
I'm Ray.
I'm Keegan.
And we got our guest again.
Aaron.
Woo, yeah, 2 episodes in a row, boy. Get fucking shredded.
We got the magic in us right now.
Yeah, the magic that came over, and then Keegan went into my bedroom and was like, hey, there's magic in our house. And I was like, fuck you, I'm sleeping.
That's your fault for inviting people over early.
He said noon 30 to 1, and it was only noon 18.
You wanted me
should
here
have
at
known.
noon.
You should have known better.
Mm.
You know I'm always early.
Yeah, well.
He's punctual.
See, that's why I didn't show up till 2.
Yeah, which kind of messed up our schedule, though. You're the problem here, Ray.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Sorry
So
for
we got
saying
a fancy episode for you guys. We are gonna talk about 4 new movies that we were able to see before
Whoa.
everything went back into lockdown.
4 new movies?
Yeah.
Some bitch.
And then this is gonna be our official episode of Double Takes, where we are talking about 3 movies that a bunch of other people started to see, so we can talk about them for real. One of them is a request from a viewer, so we're going to get really nitty-gritty into that movie, and then the other 2 are actually, hopefully, going to be on our list by the end of it. So, that being said, let's get into it. We're going to start off with talking about a movie that I saw by myself. Well, not by myself, but without these cool cats and kittens. And that is...
I don't know if you can say that.
Oh, yeah, that might be trademarked.
Oh, it is, I'm pretty sure that is trademarked, actually.
Cool, not cats. and
Bleep,
Copyright
bleep, bleep,
strike.
bleep, bleep, bleep.
Bleep. It's called Love and Monsters. Hit us with that fast synopsis.
In a monster-infested world, Joel has a stroke. Joel learns his girlfriend is just 80 miles away. To make the dangerous journey, Joel discovers his inner hero to be with the girl of his dreams. I feel like they had Joel one too many times.
So, this movie is
Who's
pretty
not
much
Joel?
about that, and Joel is played by the main kid from Maze Runner, so it's
Bill
kind of cool.
O'Brien.
Yep, it was kind of cool to see him in something else. And the whole plot of the movie was there were a meteor was about to hit the planet, so we sent up a bunch of nukes to destroy it, and all the nuclear radiation from that made all the bugs get really big and kill people. So,
Sounds about right.
Starship
Troopers.
yeah, exactly. I was getting such Starship Trooper vibes from it. I was like, these are really big bugs. So it's a monster movie, so of course I liked it. I thought it was great. One thing I was impressed though was there were many scenes where they used practical monster effects, like they were using people in costumes, they were using like props, and it was really neat. I was like, wow, this movie is like surprisingly more well done than I thought. It had a lot of like Zombieland vibes to it, where it was like him learning how to survive in the giant bug world, and it had some quippy humor. And just overall, it was a fun movie. I liked it. It's on Apple.
Would you consider more of a comedy?
It is more of a comedy.
Okay.
It's like an action comedy, more than anything like that. I think I give it a solid 3, and I think technically it did make my list, but it would just go into the bubble until you guys see it. So I'll be willing to put Love and Monster in the bubble.
Should we put Claws on there?
Oh, I totally did see another movie. There's a 5th movie. I totally forgot about that.
Movie.
Oh man, there's another movie. I forgot to add it to my list.
5 movies.
It was 7, but
Like 5.
well, we're gonna talk about it.
Was it 7?
It was 7. Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Too early in the morning.
It
for
was
math.
absolutely 7, but
Did
one
we
show
watch that
was
last
the
night?
rest. Yes,
What the
yes,
fuck
we
did
did.
What did I do last night?
We
We
watched
drinking
Blood
really
Clock.
drunk.
Poker.
Yeah, we played
Really
poker.
drunk. Oh yeah, I lost a lot of money.
Not
The
really.
Troll of the
Yeah.
century. It was great.
All right, so that's Love and Monsters.
Compared to an ant, I lost
It
a lot
goes.
of money.
It goes. Well, yeah, it goes into the bubble. All right, next movie we're gonna talk about is Cadaver. Yeah, Cadaver.
Boom.
Cadaver is also a foreign film. That is important.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It was subtitled really weirdly.
In the starving aftermath of a nuclear disaster, a family of 3 attends a charitable event at a hotel, which takes a dark turn when people start to disappear.
Yeah.
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 That's the movie.
That's the whole movie. Acting was good.
Yep.
What do you want to say about it, Keegan?
When you say foreign film, what kind of foreign are we talking here?
I think it's
I want to say
German.
Swedish
It's
or
either German or Swedish.
It's like Eurasia. Not Eurasia. Definitely like
European.
northern European.
Yeah, it's European.
Okay.
Because oh no, it was we looked at the subtitles and we knew exactly what it was. It was like no, it wasn't Turkish.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't remember, but they said Willkommen, so I was like, okay, it's somewhere in the Europe area.
Gotcha.
And while we might have some technical difficulties, really quick, while never mind, we are not having technical difficulties. I thought you were gonna say
The world is not burning yet, and we're back.
No more than usual.
Yeah. So yeah, I thought it was a movie. It was neat. It was cool.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
And I think the story building in it was solid. Everything was fishy as shit from the beginning.
Yeah.
So I wasn't surprised when everything that happened.
Yes. I
So,
can agree with that.
Without spoiling anything and trying my hardest, but yeah, because if you're in like, it's like post-apocalyptic kind of like shit going on, and somebody's like, "Here, I'm gonna have this hotel, and you're gonna come and eat food," and you expect everything to go right, get your head out of your ass, right?
Yeah.
This is the end of the world, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, I'm with that. The one thing I didn't like, that I did like that I wish they went more into is that there were moments where it made it feel like the main character was like going crazy, and there was some other elements, and then it just told us why, and I was like, oh, all right, it's a little less crazy than.
Was she going crazy though?
Well, yeah, she was definitely going crazy.
There's a couple moments.
She
Yeah.
was definitely going crazy. There was
Yeah.
some hallucinations.
Granted, there was
that
a
were-
couple things that happened to her that definitely seemed like she was going crazy, but was actually just
Correct.
stuff that was
Exactly.
actually happening.
It was a weird horror movie.
Yeah.
But not bad.
I liked it.
What do you give it?
I gave it a 3.
I also gave it. I think I gave it a 2. I don't think I
I'll watch it
rewatched
again.
But
I'll
all
watch
right,
it again.
cool. Is it on the list?
Nah.
Is it better than Bill and Ted?
Nah.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay.
Nah.
Alright, cool. That's Cadaver, a movie that came out. It's on Netflix, so you can't watch it. No. Yes. It is on Netflix. It is a Netflix original. Kinda. Ish.
You can watch it on Netflix.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, and then there's another movie to talk about. Next movie is Freaky.
Freaky.
After swapping bodies with a deranged serial killer, a young girl in high school discovers she has less than 24 hours before the change becomes permanent.
Oh.
There it is.
Yep.
That
Big
wasn't
as
even
fuck.
like a big part of the plot. I guess it was, but
Yeah, that's the plot.
that was the plot.
That was
Okay.
the plot.
All right.
the plot.
So this was a movie that we were gonna see in theaters, and 2 of us did see in theaters,
One
but
of us
then we
didn't.
had one person who did not see it because of emergencies.
Yeah.
Ray, would you care to just explain how you ran out of the theater?
Oh yeah, I just like straight up got a phone call and was like, I gotta leave, and one of you drank my icy, I'm pretty sure.
I did. It was definitely me, 100% me,
I just
and I
watched
ate
some-
all of your fruit snacks.
That's fine. As long as somebody ate all the stuff I bought, it's fine.
Yes, we did. It was not
leave.
wasted.
In a family emergency.
Everyone's okay now.
Yeah.
That's what
It was
matters.
fine.
Yep.
It worked out.
Yeah,
Good.
pretty
If
much.
I didn't leave, maybe it wouldn't have been. But,
Well,
So we're glad.
Yeah,
yeah,
good.
but it worked out fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't see this movie. I
Everything
gave it a
is
1. This movie sucked. I didn't watch any of it. I walked out.
I walked
before
out
it
of the
started.
theater. He stormed out.
Is this the first movie you walked out of this year?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh shit! Easily worst movie of the year right there, guys. Worst movie.
Wait, that was an option? I could have done that for the turning?
That's fair. That movie was.
It's an hour and a half of my life I'll never get back.
Yeah, that's fair. That movie's bad. All right. That being said, what'd you think of this movie, Keegan? Freaky. We're talking about Freaky.
Ah, with Vince
This one was
Vaughn.
Vaughn.
Yeah.
With Vince Vaughn. Yeah.
Yeah, oh, I fucking love this movie. This is a fantastic fucking movie because it knows what it was and
Oh,
it
it
did
did.
it so.
It wasn't
So
really a
well.
horror movie. It
No.
was
Didn't look
much
like it. It was
more
a-
of
it
a
was-
comedy.
Yeah, it's like Freaky Friday, but with like death.
Yeah.
It seemed like a Happy Death Day. vibes.
It was directed by the same person, so that
That's why.
would be 100%
Ah, good.
on what.
Stick to
it
what you
was
know.
going. Yes, he has a definite style that he uses, and I do agree this movie was definitely more funny than it was not funny.
Because I'll tell you,
I mean,
if
scary.
there's this one scene, and you know the scene I'm talking
The
about.
whole theater was laughing. The
That I
whole
died.
theater. We
that
were
I
all
died,
dying,
I felt uncomfortable, and I laughed.
and it was amazing. And I think we started the laughter, and then when we laughed, the rest of the theater was like, "Oh, okay, it's okay to
Oh, I
laugh." And
lost
we just
it.
all
I
fucking lost
completely
it. Like
lost
the
it.
whole theater was erupted in laughter. It was the
So I was
funniest
just
scene
like,
in the
oh
movie.
no,
Oh,
oh
no.
no,
I was like,
no,
Ah, it
Oh,
was-
no!
Yeah,
All right.
it was
So,
it was top
for me.
notch.
I give it a 4.
Oh my
for
god!
that.
All right,
For
I give
that
it
scene.
3. It's a 3.
It
I
takes
would
one
rewatch
great
it.
scene to make a movie, and that was it.
No, okay.
No.
Also, like the deaths in the movie were
Well, it was
solid,
rated
too.
R, which is better than Happy Death Day. So the deaths were a little bit more murdery and
Murders.
violent and stabby McStab stabs.
Yeah.
And then
The
Vince
table's
Vaughn
on.
playing as a girl is definitely the second best time I've seen a grown man portray a girl, and I
Rob
loved
Schneider,
it.
the other one.
No,
I was
Jack
gonna say the
Black
same
from
thing.
Jumanji.
Well, yeah, Rob Schneider did one too.
Yeah, Rob
Yeah.
Schneider did like a pretty similar plot.
No,
Like,
yeah, it's a
Just
very
less
common
murder.
plot line.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, that
pulled-
one did get murdered though.
Yeah, and Vince
Did he?
Vaughn did a good job.
It was like the original Freaky Friday vibes. Understanding their life.
Yeah, then there's one with Lindsay Lohan and the other
Lindsay
lady.
Lohan.
Lindsay Lohan. All right, yeah,
But I like it.
that was good.
Was it better than Bill and Ted?
I think so.
Oh no.
I liked it more
Wow.
than Bill and Ted. Sorry, Bill.
Oh
Sorry,
my
Ted.
god.
Fuck, how am I gonna see this movie?
Yeah, now you're
I want
gonna.
to watch it too.
Okay,
Yeah, we gotta
so
figure out how.
I'm gonna say no, which means it's tied. So now there is a tie for 13th place, and that means that one of you have to see it to break the tie. Oh no.
Wait.
Well, it might not, but that might be
Wait
a
minute.
nulled out tied in a second.
Yeah, I
so.
was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna be too big of a deal there. Okay. Alrighty then. So then we're gonna talk about a movie that conveniently all 3 of us watched last night. It was last night, and it was it was called Blood Clots. Ray, hit that fast synopsis.
Featuring cannibals, zombies, and other funny creatures, Blood Clot consists of 7 carefully created or curated bloody horror stories by 7 different filmmakers.
It was a student film.
Absolutely, this is a
100%.
college film.
This was a
Yeah.
college
Student
film.
films.
Films, yeah, this is college like film festivals, just like merch and whatnot.
So I feel like we should do like a speed round and just quickly talk about all 7, and because we talked about all 7 really quickly last night, and we did a pretty good job at rating them really quickly. All right, first one,
The first one with the zombies. and the
Zombies.
lady in the bar.
Lady in the Bar, brutal. There was a funny scene, made me chuckle, made Keegan chuckle when zombie fell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
yeah, 'cause that was so dumb.
It was so
It was
dumb.
dumb.
It was super dumb.
It made no sense.
And we rate that one
It was a 2.
2.
Too. Yeah,
It was a 2.
and the next one was the
The next
One
one
where
was
they
the
do the
cabin
Cabin
with the
sweet effects.
sweet,
sweet effect.
There
whoever.
was
This was the
one-
budget for them.
Yeah,
Oh
there
my
was
gosh.
one big effect in the whole scene, and they crushed it.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
cut the man's
it was-
head in half.
And it looked
I don't
awesome.
give a spoil of it.
Awesome. It was really well done, and
Yeah.
I really liked the plot twist. Like
Yeah.
that one was a solid 3.
Yeah,
I
that was
give it a
good
3.
one. That
Yeah,
was
yeah, I give it
That
a
was
3 as well.
yeah.
The next one was the
The-
squid.
Yes, the squid with the,
The
kids.
kid.
With
The squid with the kid.
and there was no words.
no words. It was a silent film.
Yeah,
And the kid and mom, I think, were like shark creatures
I don't know.
or like sea
That
creatures,
was
and they
weird.
ate the squid. Yeah, I didn't like that one.
I give it a 1.
That was a 1.
That's one.
That was 1.
Cool.
Fourth
Uh,
one was it wasn't.
It was the werewolf one.
That's right.
The
No,
werewolf
that
one was
bad.
awful. That
That
one was
was
the
bad.
worst one on it. I almost give it a 0, but I'm gonna give it a 1 just because I will give it a little bit of a leadway for being a student.
I'll at
film.
least give it a leadway for the cameras they used were expensive because the picture quality was really high.
Yeah, and the werewolf. The first time you see the full werewolf is actually a really good costume. I was like,
Yeah.
that was actually
And
really good.
But they didn't use it though.
I know. I was so bummed. And some of the camera work was rough, and they
Yeah.
relied
Yeah.
way too much on shaky cam.
Yeah,
too.
the plot was they had a sex party in the forest, and then it was full moon, so they all died because of werewolves.
Yeah,
that was
the
whole
werewolves.
thing.
Yeah.
That's a pretty easy one.
And
Yeah.
there was definitely cocks
There was a dick, yeah.
and some
Yeah,
boobs
Well, yeah.
and some fat lady love handles. So I give it a 1.
Yeah, that was one.
One.
Alright,
A
cool.
hard one.
And then the next
it's kind of a
one
soft
was the one with Still. It was the one
That's
with the
right. The other that
the
was
other
just
zombie
humorous.
That one was very humorous. It was kind of like in
Oh,
the
yeah.
second person mindset of a
Yeah.
dude who was pretending to be a statue,
Yeah, it's one
a
of those.
performer,
Yeah, statue performer.
while a zombie apocalypse was happening, and he was being so still the zombies didn't know he was real, which was a dumb plot, but I get it.
I think that's
It
a
was-
good enough concept.
It was at least funny for it to be a 2.
Yeah, exactly. It was a 2.
Yeah, it was at least humorous enough.
And then we talk about
Then
the best
jellyfish.
one, Hellyfish,
Hellyfish
A plus.
was
Fucking
awesome.
solid 4.
It
No,
was-
that's
this
a 3.14.
this-
That's a 5 movie.
No, this one
That's
was
a 4.
This one was
Easy 4.
great. Are you
Oh,
kidding
wow.
me?
It knew exactly what it was. It
Mhm.
was shot well.
Yep.
It was like it should have been on in like its own sci-fi.
It was like
Now,
it had
easy had
stupid, unnecessary action, slow motion scenes. Like
Now-
this movie was top.
It had some good CGI too.
Now,
Like,
tell me if
some
I'm
of
minus
the
the-
jellyfish
but does
yes.
this feel like a music video to you guys almost?
Dude, it was
Yeah,
this
it could've been, yeah.
Like if Katy Perry
The
came
intro-
out with this music video, would you be like, okay?
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah,
Katy
that's it,
Perry.
yeah.
No, yeah. The intro was great. It had some
Intro's
sick beats, and then it had some sick beats throughout the whole thing. No, this one was top notch, man. Top notch.
The RPG shot to hit it off the helicopter
Dude,
was A+.
Yes, or like the epic lifeguard slow motion montage running, and then he just gets killed, and you're like, oh, okay. We might have to actually have him watch this one just because
Just
like,
watch
it's
Hellyfish.
5 minutes, so
Yeah.
it won't even take that much
Jellyfish
of
is
your
worth
time.
it for the whole thing, actually.
Doesn't make
That
the
was an
list.
easy
No.
4.
No.
Jellyfish by itself,
Maybe, but we gotta still put them all into
yeah,
it.
but that's all one thing.
Alright, and the
then,
last one-
what was his name?
It's a Call of Charlie.
Yes,
Oh,
Charlie.
It was the
Charlie.
Call of Charlie. It
Call
was
of
Cthulhu at a dinner party.
Yeah.
And it was really funny.
Yeah,
It
And I
was
liked it.
pretty funny.
I liked it.
And like the dinner
It was
party.
better than Underwater.
Yeah. I give it.
All right. Well,
It was the better Cthulhu movie.
Nope,
of the year.
that's untrue. That is false. That is falsified.
And it's a dumb
I give it
fucking
a 3.
friends from like back in college. I haven't seen them in like forever. Decide to crash their dinner party.
On the
Like,
night of
oh,
Cthulhu.
we're in the area, and then they flip out because Cthulhu's there. And it's like, no, bitch, you're a guest here. You don't get to.
Yeah,
have
you
that
don't
kind
get
of
In
to.
fairness,
attitude.
I don't think they gave a dude the script at all. They
No.
were just like,
Because
hey,
his
we're coming over to this, and he was just like, what is going on?
dude, his facial expressions were top notch. He was just like in the background even, he was just like staring at this like Cthulhu, like what the fuck. That was
pretty
it was
funny. That was a
Yeah.
3. That was
And
good.
then,
So I think
oh, it was a
collaborative-
dinner party to sacrifice a girl to save the world.
Yep. And Cthulhu thanked them and
Yeah.
paid them.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
gave him a note and a check.
hmm
I'm down.
It was so
And
funny.
and the fucking
was pretty
punchline too, because they made fish, and the punchline was fucking. It's like, oh look at Charlie was Cthulhu, and they're like, Charlie, Lord of the Snow, and he's like, thank you for the sacrifice. It was almost as good as that top-notch fish, and you're like, oh my god, this is so cheesy. I love it.
Even the sacrifice was like okay with it.
Oh, yeah.
Consent
She
was
was into
cool.
it.
Yeah.
Consent was in the movie.
Oh yeah, she
and
was
I-
totally consenting to get them
Yeah.
tentacles. So
Which she might have totally been brainwashed and drugged.
probably Cthulhu does have mind control powers.
Yeah.
But she was into it. She was.
Oh
into
no,
that.
but is
They
that, is that
definitely
why
had
Cthulhu
sex
wants
first.
to sit? Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I like how he was Uncle Charlie there for a second.
Yep.
Yeah, he's Uncle Charlie.
That was hilarious with the
That was pretty
kid.
funny.
Uncle Charlie, can I get a glass of water?
So it
and
makes me
Cthulhu
feel
just like fills up a cup and hands it to the kid.
It makes me feel like that's not the first time he's been there.
Oh, definitely
Probably
not.
not,
Oh
yeah.
no, definitely not. 100%.
Anyway,
Alright, so collaboratively,
collaboratively, I
it's
give
a
it
2. Yeah,
I think it's a 2.
yeah, and it does not go on the list, but it doesn't go on the bottom. No, it was better than I expected. All right, and then now we talk about the other movie that all three of us saw, and it's the final movie that we'll be talking about new for today, and that is The Devil All the Time, the Netflix original with Tom Holland, Robert Pattinson,
Yeah.
and Clark something. I forgot his name, like Isaac Clarke or something. But are you gonna lay down that fast synopsis?
Jason Clarke.
Jason Clarke, that's right.
There's a lot of actually like pretty big name actors.
Yeah, there really is.
Sinister characters converge around a young man devoted to protecting those he loves in a post-war backwoods town teeming with corruption and brutality.
See, the
That's a
synopsis
lot.
made it seem like a lot more than what was actually going on.
Yeah.
Bill
no.
Skarsgård is also in this
Oh yeah,
movie.
Bill Skarsgård's in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then
Is-
Sebastian Stan.
Yes, he was the sheriff.
This was a
he was
cash
so
grab for a lot of
chubby.
people.
He was so
a little chubby.
I
It
was like,
weird.
wow, Winter
Because
Soldier's chubby.
he's so shredded
in
the
fucking Winter
yeah.
Soldier, yeah, dude, he's a fucking
I didn't even
Hulk of a
recognize
man.
him.
No,
He's
you didn't.
Huge. That's a big dude.
Yeah, there was a scene towards the end where like he had a shotgun. I was like, "Oh wow, the Winter Soldier's going to use the shotgun." And Keegan's like, "Wait, that's the Winter Soldier?" And I was like, "Dude, he's been in the movie the whole time."
I know.
Did you not recognize Tom Holland either? That was Spider-Man.
Fuck you, Spider-Man.
Oh my god.
Does Tobey Maguire know about this?
So Ray, what would you think of this movie?
I gotta remember this movie now. I actually watched this movie like a while ago before we talked about it. I enjoyed parts of this movie. I think the beginning was too long with all of Bill Skarsgård character development and stuff. That
For it to go nowhere.
It was very like unsatisfying because
Yep.
like nothing ever really came about it, and then it was like, all right, here's the plot of the rest of this movie.
Well,
I was like,
it kind of
alright.
set, the expectations to what Tom
Yeah, but
Holland's
it didn't
character
need
was.
to take 30 minutes.
Yeah, but I do agree with Keegan though. It did set up the family line of why Tom Holland's character would
If we
do what
didn't
he
have
did,
it, or if it was shorter, I don't think
because
I
he
would have
followed the exact same
understood.
footsteps.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they could have done it like either a shorter time period,
Mhm.
or they could have had it be like one of those things where it's like a side by side shot.
I agree with the shorter time period because I had two main complaints because Frankie, our other co-host who did not make it on this episode, he also saw it and he agreed. He actually liked it way more than all of us, I think.
I remember him saying that.
But he agreed with my two biggest complaints. And mine, one was it was too long. There was just too much, like, there was too many times where there was extending a scene that didn't
Yeah.
need to be extended, like the beginning. And then the unnecessary narration. The narration
Yes.
killed it for me.
Oh my god, yes.
Because it was just telling us all the plot. Like, they would pick up a photograph and they're like, little did you know, this photograph led to the murder. And I'm like, let the audience figure it
Yeah,
out.
it
Like,
goes
you
into, like,
were
the whole
treating us to
thing-
be stupid.
Yeah, it goes into like basic like screen direction where it says it's show not tell.
Exactly. Show us. Like, I could have figured out every time the fucking narrator came on screen, I thought about the scene and I'm like, could I have figured that out without him saying it? Yes, I could. I didn't need the narration.
Did this narration add enough to the plot to where I needed to hear it?
No, it did
No,
not.
it didn't.
Mm-mm. The ending was cool. It was.
Yeah, it was
The minor
fine.
complaint was that it was really hectic at the beginning. There was so many storylines that I was like,
There
oh
was a lot
my
of
god,
storylines.
what the
Well,
fuck
it
is
was a
going
little
on?
muddy.
It was a little muddy, but then it streamlined at the end, which made it cohesive. So
Oh fuck! I just got this mixed up with what was the one where they took the grandkid because they're in there.
Oh, Let 'Em Go?
Let him
Yeah.
go.
Fucking, I was thinking about it. I was like, yeah, this movie's pretty good. Oh, that's another movie. Never mind.
Mhm.
Stop it, brain.
Overall,
We
I
talked about Let Him Go already.
Yeah, I know.
give this movie a 2.
I gave this movie a 2.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to watch this. Again.
I will say Robert Pattinson as a culty priest was top-notch acting. Yeah,
Okay.
he did so good with that.
I think
fucking...
all the acting in.
No,
this
yeah,
was-
the acting was
pretty
the
spot
acting
on.
was the strongest part of the movie, hands down. That was the strongest part.
Tom Holland is a lead that was not Spider-Man. He did well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did well. I'm curious to see him in the new movie in space with Mads Mikkelsen. That's gonna be dope. And
About that. What?
and Ray from Star Wars,
Yeah.
Daisy Ridley.
Oh, dude. Oh, she's so hot.
Dude, all three of those are like
Picture
starring
it.
in a sci-fi movie, and I am invested. Cool. So yeah, does it make the list, guys? No. Was it better than Doolittle? Yes, it was.
It wasn't bad.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't bad.
No.
But it also wasn't great. It was
No.
really good.
You
I
read
also
them
did
both?
look it up. It was this director's first time directing, so
Oh, that's not bad.
It did a
it
job.
was not a bad first film at
Yeah.
all.
Man, he got that many.
Wow,
like,
for
high.
first film, he fucking
G-
crushed his
crushed
budget.
his
Jesus
budget.
Christ.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
He must have been known for other stuff. Then it might have been his first direct.
Yeah, it was
but he
his
might have
first
been in
like
the industry for a
full
while.
movie. Yeah, exactly.
Because you can't have that many big names without any kind of pull.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Alrighty.
Unless you slap Netflix on it, then apparently everyone jumps on.
Okay, guys, so that was the ending of our traditional episode of the Polarize Report. Now we're going into the ham. We're going into Ray's face because he's Agent Ham.
Fail.
We are going to talk about 3 movies that have already been discussed because
Yep.
they can. And I would like to start off with our one that won't be making the list, Vivarium. Because this movie is whack. You were going to get it spoiled because we're going to go heavy into this movie.
Go ahead.
All right.
I don't think it's gonna spoil it for him though.
No. This
Because
movie's
it's a weird ride.
This is a weird
This
ride.
movie is just out of nowhere.
So it's been a while since I watched this, so I gotta kind of like try to remember what it was about. It was about these two new,
They're
like a new couple,
Yeah.
going to buy a house, and they get led into a neighborhood, and the neighborhood is actually a trap for a breeding ground for a Cthulhian style of monster that harvests parenting skills.
I guess they just like need somebody to raise it.
Yep.
Well, it's a lot like this one, like, it's like a bird or a reptile or something where it puts its egg in a
It was a
bird's
bird.
egg.
Oh,
It's a bird. Yeah.
yeah.
And then
It's
they
very
get there,
heavily
and
that
then
reference.
It's taken care of by someone else, and
Yeah.
then I think it eats it, or it just like
They
goes
kill-
out.
yeah.
They kill it.
They kill the parents. Yeah, there will be heavy spoilers of all three of these movies. Yeah, no, they die at the end. Now, one thing I will say is there was some scenes in this movie that were incredibly well done, and Jesse Eisenberg as an actor fucking killed it. He carried
Jesse
this
Eisenberg's a good actor.
whole movie. He carried this whole movie.
By digging a hole.
By digging a hole, but he was digging his own grave,
Yeah.
which is why I liked the symbolism behind
Was
it.
the actress that was in it, wasn't she the one from what's that?
She was in the Beatles movie
Yesterday.
Yesterday, yes.
I was confused by her at first because when this movie started, I thought she was pregnant
Mm-hmm.
because it looked like they were trying to hide it. So I don't know if the actress was pregnant during filming
Oh.
because then there was the sex scene later and she was very much not pregnant,
Mm,
and I was like, what the fuck happened? Because the beginning of the movie, I
She might have
really
been
thought
pregnant
she
for
was
filming,
actually
yeah.
pregnant because they had her in some weirdly fit clothing that she wore tighter fit clothing later in the movie.
mm.
And I was like, I
Then, yeah.
think she was
They
pregnant.
might
They were
have
trying to hide
recorded the beginning of the movie last, and she might have gotten pregnant.
it.
Maybe that's part of the movie.
Her name is.
They stole the
fuck.
baby.
Imogen Poots.
Yep. Yeah.
Emotion.
Yeah, Imogen. She's actually a pretty good actor. I liked her in Yesterday too. The kid. Oh my god, this movie
The
is
kid
just.
was so fucking
This
annoying.
movie made me want kids less than I already don't want
Oh my
kids.
God.
Oh my
The
god.
kid was awful.
Ugh,
So like, I understand that was the point, but it made this movie like hurt to watch.
which I think was also the point. Like this movie was unsettling.
Oh my god, yeah, because there is like a long period of time when he's like younger. I'm just like, fucking get on with it. I was like, I'm tired of watching this kid just scream.
Yeah, just
All the
so
time.
much screaming.
And I get that's
Oh
like
my
what they want
God.
you to feel, so you're like in the parent shoes for it. But I was like, I would have fucking killed this kid.
Yeah, which
When
is
Jesse Eisenberg shuts him in the car, he's like, "We're leaving him there." I was like, "Good, you're done.
You're done.
That's
Just
all you
fucking
need to
leave
do.
this kid here. Oh my
Fill
god.
the fucking put him in the hole and fill the hole up." I was like,
Mhm.
Granted, don't do that to real kids. This is an
No,
alien.
this was an
kid. Fuck the
alien
alien
"This
kid.
was an alien kid."
This was a multi-dimensional alien kid.
Yeah.
The sidewalk scene was fucking
Yeah, when he pulled up
insane.
the
Yeah,
sidewalk,
that's
I was
Pulled
like,
where-
up the sidewalk and jumped through into multiple dimensions.
Yeah.
And that's just when shit just hits the fucking fan.
Yeah, that's
Granted, it's
where-
only the last like 15 minutes of the movie. But still, ignore the dog. He's also in a multi-dimensional
Yeah.
being. So,
Technical.
Okay, when the son got older, did he want to fuck the mom?
oh my god. I didn't even think it. No? What?
I don't know. I got some like weird like sexual tension vibes from them. Like once he like molted in like the living room, and he was just like, "Hey," I was like, "Is this gonna turn into Splice?"
Like Oedipus?
Oh,
What?
I
That happened in Splice?
did
He
you not
hasn't
wa-
seen Splice
I've
yet.
never seen Splice.
Oh,
Let's watch it
no.
later.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, no.
You're in for something. Let me tell you.
Oh
Is that
no.
the one with the weird lizard-looking thing in the barn?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh fuck!
It
Yeah.
must have fucked them.
No. Yes.
Yes, it does.
Kinda.
Yes, it does.
It
and
does.
it may succeed twice.
A few times.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, that movie's uncomfortable.
Very. More uncomfortable than this movie.
Yeah.
Really?
By a lot.
Oh yeah.
Oh, no.
The ending of that movie is like actually just like you're uncomfortable. the
And you
whole
want
time.
to leave.
I think the greatest scene though was definitely when Jesse Eisenberg realized he was digging his own grave because he found, was it just another dead
Another dead
body,
body,
or
yeah.
was it him?
No, it's just another dead body.
Oh, okay. And then he like killed him and he just buries him.
Like that, yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
Oh.
I really liked the stop motion with the grass and the lighter. That was really neat.
That
Where,
was
like,
pretty good.
flicked
Just,
the
like-
match at him and it like disintegrated the grass. That was like the coolest shot
So I
in
was
the
like,
movie.
what?
I know. I was like, that was dope.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I know you don't. All right, so that's Vivarium.
Very-
I'm trying to think of more of like what the people wanted us to talk about. Kind of explaining what we thought it was.
This is just like a reincarnation project for whatever species it is.
Mm-hmm.
Is really
Exactly.
what it is.
And it seemed like it was just like this. They were tasked with raising this kid, so the
Yeah.
kid can go get more parents
Yeah, to raise more.
to raise more kids. It
So
seemed
it
like
just
it was
can
almost like a
continue
pyramid
its own
scheme of
existence.
alien
Kind of, yeah.
frogs.
Yeah.
Because they like croaked,
Yeah.
which was weird.
Everybody.
This is also why I'll never live in an area that has an HOA because
That's why.
that's what it reminded me.
If you
of.
go to the HOA,
Everyone
you
looked
look
the
at
same.
sidewalk.
You can't get out of the neighborhood. It's all over. Alien baby, you gotta raise. Like that's what an HOA is. Like I'm thoroughly convinced. HOA the movie.
HOA. Houses on alien grounds.
There it is.
Boom.
Hose
Follow
over
the money.
aliens.
Follow the money. Thank Jesus for the dumb.
Jesus for the devil.
Yeah, I still give this movie a 2.
Yeah, no, I gave it a 3 just because I thought some of the cinematography was really well done, like especially the sky and like the layout. I really liked, and I also like Josie Eisenberg.
I would show this
I
to
hit
someone
too
else, but I
many
wouldn't
points in
want
the
to
movie
watch
to
it
where I
again.
was kind of done watching it and wanted to just turn it off because I was watching it at home. To where I was just I can't go any higher.
No, that's
2
fair.
is the highest I got.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'd show this to other people, but I wouldn't want to watch it again.
Fair. I tell people to go watch this movie, but I'm not gonna watch it with you.
It's like almost kind of like on the same vibes of you in Midsummer.
Oh no, I'd watch Midsummer like all the time. All right, cool. So now we're gonna get into another movie that is already on the list, but our man and our new guest Amungo watched.
Yep. Synchronic was the one we're talking about, by the way.
Yeah.
Jump in there. Why did you start us off?
Yeah.
Peter.
It was an alright film. The whole like idea with the time travel type drug, it was unique. I liked it. I had an issue with the whole he was the one person that could do what others couldn't kind of idea.
Well, because he had that brain. Well, he wasn't the only one. Anyone with that disease could have.
I know. I just feel like it was so specific that he had that, and then someone tells him like, "Oh, that's the thing that we use." It's somewhat of a MacGuffin-esque. I like the whole film as a whole. Just that little spot kind of bugged me.
I actually really like the concept of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
I
like
thought
that
it was kind of
concept.
neat, and it explained why the adults were getting just wrecked by the drug,
Mm-hmm.
just all like left and right, just getting waxed, and kids were going missing.
Mm-hmm.
It tied it in, and it made sense.
Yeah. I also really liked the fact that when the first opening scene with those two
The
people
couple in
doing
the-
the couple in the hotel, you don't know if it's like a mental thing or a physical, like that. The
Mhm.
cinematography in that opening was insane.
I really liked how the hotel room like blended into the jungle.
Into the
and, like,
jungle.
there's a frame where it cuts and it swaps from jungle with hotel in it. I really like that
was
transition.
So cool.
With the snake
Yeah.
too.
Mm-hmm. The snake, and then he's just falling.
Mm-hmm.
That was so cool. Ray, did you have something to add?
I forgot to rate this movie.
Oh, okay.
No, I didn't. I found it.
You found the rating?
I
Okay.
forgot where I put it on my list.
Oh, okay.
That was my problem.
Okay.
Yeah, overall this movie was really good though. I did like, because while it's like completely outlandish, like the drugs and stuff that they were taking and the actual concepts like out there, they stuck by their own rules for the whole movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
The movie stayed
And the
consistent.
dog scene was so sad.
Which one?
The dog scene.
Dude.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. That
The
hurt
dog scene hurt.
my soul.
That made me legitimately sad.
I wasn't
Yeah,
ready for that.
I wasn't ready. I was like, no.
I was prepared for it the whole time because as soon as it started, I was like, oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
No, no,
Oh,
no.
And I just knew it was coming, but it still hurt.
Mm-hmm. And one of the undervaluable scenes that I really enjoyed was
When he told him?
He told him
That was a great
that was
scene.
so well done.
When
It
he
was so
told him he has cancer.
Real.
Oh
that
my
was
god.
such a great scene.
Mm-hmm.
It was such a real scene. Oh my goodness. What about you, Keegan? What are you doing right now?
I was linking the podcast to her neighbor.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Promotion.
All right.
Marketing.
Marketing over
So,
here.
welcome to our marketing meeting. We're having it right now. What do you think of Synchronic?
Synchronic was dope.
Okay.
Synchronic was a wild ride, and I always wanted to take drugs and time travel.
I would totally
I did.
take that drug.
It really did, like, really cement in that as far as occupations go for the African American community, time traveler's not one of them.
No.
Going back to the past ain't great.
It's not.
That's
No.
been a big issue with time travel
Yeah,
films.
it's a big
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah, Will Smith. showed
Oh,
up with
it's made
that
by
Men
the
in
same
Black.
fucking people that did that other movie.
Yes,
That was fucking
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, so it's made by the same people who did the movie Endless
It had the
on
same
Netflix.
vibes.
Okay.
With the looping.
Mhm.
Oh, so good.
I'm glad you picked up what he was putting down.
I did.
It's
'cause
made
I'm
by
the
the
one who
other
told
talked
him.
about it. We
I'm the
talked
one who
about it.
told him. That's why. So
I remembered it.
Yeah,
It was
no,
exciting.
and that's why I went after I watched this, and after we recorded the podcast, I was like, I really like this movie, and then I was like, I want to see who directed it, and I'm like, oh shit, I love their work. So it explains why I like
It
this
makes
movie
so much sense.
All right, so now
it
that
has their style in it.
so as of right now, it is currently under Fantasy Island because there was a tie. You said Fantasy Island was better,
I
right?
hadn't seen this movie yet.
Oh right. So right now it was tied. Technically, it's a 1-1. I thought it was better than Fantasy Island. Keegan did not. That was
Did I?
yeah. That is what you said.
Oh, I stand by my past opinion.
You do?
Apparently.
Oh,
Apparently.
oh no. All right. So right now it's a 1-1. Do you saw Fantasy Island?
Yes.
Oh, perfect.
cool.
Oh,
That
cool.
works.
Yeah.
I've
So
also
which one
seen New Mutants too.
Oh,
so.
oh, hey, let me
Cool,
get.
let's
So,
go.
did you like it more or less than Fantasy Island?
I liked it more than Fantasy Island.
All right.
I agree.
Okay. So Synchronic will go up, but I'm really curious. I want to hear your opinions on Fantasy Island, though, because you're new to the podcast, and that's been a movie on our list for
Just
quite
make
a
sure I'm
while.
talking about the right one. It's where they win this resort thing. They go to the island. Their
Yep.
fantasies come true based
Yep.
off the old TV show, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I liked it. I liked how, because I have seen the original show of the Fantasy Islands. I think it took like a dark twist to it. I really
Mhm.
liked that aspect, and the people that chose that film, I can't remember what the actor's name. They play the brothers, the Asian dude and the white guy. Their dynamics, I really love in that.
They played a good brother.
I like
They
how
did.
they took like a realistic aspect to impossible thing of creating your dreams, and the way they tied them all together to one big story, where it's not like everyone has their own bubble. It's just different parts of the whole thing
The
being
whole
told.
bubble. Yeah.
And it's obviously the whole thing is someone else's fantasy in a nutshell, the ultimate end game plan. It was a little too like you can see that workings in the background, but if you're not looking for it, it's a real twist at the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was my only issue with it. It was a little bit predictable, but I still thought it was a good movie. So.
Yeah, I remember liking the fantasies like weren't just cheap sex stuff.
That's fair. There was a
There was actually like real depth and emotion to him for each
Mhm.
character.
Mm-hmm. Except the two brothers.
Except for two.
They just wanted to have sex.
Well, they wanted to have it all.
Yeah.
They wanted to live like the best life.
Mm-hmm. That's
you
true.
just saw the
yeah.
downside to that
That's, a,
too.
that's a layer. Nice. All right. So Synchronic does make it above Fantasy Island, which means now we have to talk about New Mutants, which all four of us have seen. That's awesome. This is our first time voting against these, so let's quickly hear what you thought of New Mutants because we haven't heard your opinion on it yet.
I liked it, but I had some issues with it. The main thing was the rating got changed, so they had to cut some scenes. and
Yeah,
drop that.
I'm so bummed it wasn't rated R. I'm
So
so with you on that one.
That's a portion
This
of
could've
my
been
critique.
Fucking amazing.
Oh, if it was rated R and they kept the scenes they wanted in, it would have been fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
It would have been really dark.
I really liked how they did the individual characters because I'm a comic book nerd. I knew the characters they're basing them off of. They did a good representation of some of them. There was a lot of whitewashing in certain characters, though. The way they portrayed the film that it's X-Men, it's mutants. We have the world already built. We don't need to go into that again. They explained the mutant gene for people who don't know a bit, but they didn't go X-Men 4 different times detailed.
Yeah, they didn't give you Bruce Wayne's backstory.
We didn't see Uncle Ben die
Yeah,
4
That'd be
times.
pretty weird
We
if they
didn't-
gave us Bruce Wayne's backstory in this movie.
Yeah.
I would have been about it actually. But like, wow,
No.
this is a crossover I wasn't ready for.
I like it.
Crossover event of the century.
Right? Jesus.
I like how it took like a horror vibe for I'd say the main protagonist,
Yeah.
the Native American girl, where she's the main part of what's going on with everybody else, and you don't understand what's going around. Kind of like that Assassin's Creed film, which was terrible, but you think the bad guys
Yeah, I didn't watch it. It's
I
with Michael Fassbender.
would
They
not
did have
recommend
Michael
it.
Fassbender in it.
Oh my god.
That's the best part of it. Just
That
he's
is
in it.
easily the best part about it.
Oh no.
But the good guy is actually the bad guy. You just, as a corporation, you don't know it, and it seems like they're trapped, but really they're being held captive. There's a difference, and I really liked how they portrayed that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm glad we got those opinions out. Okay, so now the real question: which one's better, Synchronic or New Mutants? We're gonna go with you first.
I think I'm gonna say Synchronic. It's a close one, but it squeaks through.
Okay, Keegan.
Yeah.
What?
You're welcome. Hi, my name's Keegan. It's my first time here. I like long walks on the beach and random silence of awkwardness.
If we replaced Colin with him, it wouldn't have made a difference.
No, yeah, it beats New Mutants.
Okay.
Okay.
Ray?
Yeah, Synchronic's better.
I also agree. Okay, so bumps up. All right, now it's against Guns Akimbo. You
Yes.
have not seen Guns Akimbo, have you?
I'm familiar with it, but haven't seen the film.
Okay. I also agree it's better than Guns Akimbo.
Yeah.
I think it's better than
Okay, cool.
Really? Wow.
yeah, I
It's
did.
like your
No.
baby.
No, Guns Akimbo's like number 4 on my list.
I think this was his baby.
Yeah.
yeah, my baby is down there. Boot.
Boot.
Next up is Boot.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to say yes on this
You
one.
son of a bitch.
I do. I have to because it is higher than Boot on my list. So
I want you to move out.
okay. I'm getting kicked out, guys. This might be the last episode of the podcast. The Hunt.
No, there's no fucking way.
I say no on this one.
No.
I'm actually really torn on this one because I like different aspects of
Me
each
too.
movie.
Yeah.
And these are two super different movies. I think The Hunt's better because the ending in Synchronic was bad.
Correct. And the Hunt and the ending of Hunt was good.
Yes.
I like the ending of Hunt.
Correct. My opinion is correct.
I like your.
There was not a bad thing in The Hunt.
No. Well.
Well,
In my opinion, there is nothing bad.
okay.
It-
Okay.
And it deserves to
Did you
be
see The Hunt?
number 1.
Okay.
That's I don't. Think
I did disagree with you there. Okay, so Synchronic does make it in between Boot and The Hunt, so it's now our number 5th movie. I think that's a better, more fitting
Number
spot for
5th.
it.
Number
movie.
5th.
Number
yeah.
5th.
My brain hurts. All right,
The movie.
all right, guys, the grand finale.
Oh,
A movie, and I gotta tell you a little bit backstory about the movie. So I talked about it a little bit a few episodes ago. It's called Trial of the Chicago 7. This movie was playing in the Mayan, and Josh and I, which Josh has been on an episode,
Yeah.
we were like, let's go see a movie. And he's like, cool. And there was 2 movies out, and I was like, which one do you want to see? And he's like, I want to see this one because it sounds interesting. And I was like, cool, let's go watch it. And we went to go watch it. And when we left the theater, we were like, that movie was incredible and amazing. And then I was like, I really want Keegan and Ray to watch this movie, but I don't know how they would. And then I found out it's a Netflix original. So it's on Netflix. Mayan just showed it as like a theater experience. So we all watched it. And then while I was showing it to Keegan and I was watching it with him the second time, Aaron was here and he's like, oh, hey, I have seen this movie. So all 4 of us have seen this movie. So we're going to talk about this movie. And let's start with,
Did it come out this year?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Sick.
And then we're
Came out-
going to...
Came out in 1968.
Yeah, 1916. And let's start with Keegan. Actually, Keegan, what did you think of this movie?
By the way, this movie's called The Trial of Chicago 7.
Yes,
I don't know if we actually said
Yeah,
that.
we did.
Okay, thank God.
Trial of Chicago 7. Yeah, I said it.
Wait, what's the title again?
That was my joke for it all the time.
You ever seen an episode of Murray meet an episode of any like court like show and they smushed together and then got a huge budget? This is that movie. But it's real! All of it's real! And it happened. And it's fucking bananas. Goddamn fucking bananas.
Okay. Did you like it?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh yeah. This is some sauce that I like. This is some good sauce.
Keegan's getting zesty with this.
Do we have a
movie.
synopsis of this movie too?
Yeah, yeah.
So they kind of see like what I'm talking about. So I'll do a horrible job.
The sauce.
I don't know if the synopsis is going to help what you're talking about. But the story of 7 people on trial stemming from various charges surrounding the uprising at the 1968 Democratic National Convention in Chicago, Illinois.
Yeah, it's basically just big government hating on fucking.
Well,
normal
it's
people.
based. This really happened.
This
It's-
is
It's
true.
about these groups of political like
Protesters,
political activists who were protesting the war.
Yeah,
Now,
the
that's the
Vietnam
important part. They were protesting the Vietnam War. They didn't agree with the Vietnam War, and they wanted the new presidential candidate to take our soldiers out of Vietnam. And the city was not giving them permits to protest correctly or to protest where they wanted to protest. So they started protesting at a park instead, and that's when just kind of things went crazy.
Off the rail.
But before I say kind of my full opinion on this, I will say one thing it did really well was it spliced in actual footage of the real riots and of the real protests, and I thought that was really, really well done. It added to the emotion and the realism of like, oh my god, this really did happen.
Yeah.
So, Aaron, what do you think?
I liked it, like you're saying, the real clips in between, they splice them perfectly where it looks like it's POV shot, like first person on the scene, but it blends well enough with their casting choices as well. That it looks almost seamless, but enough weight that you can tell
Mm-hmm.
the emotion behind it all. It's one of my main things for it.
No, yeah, I like that. Right?
This movie was really good. it showed it's just such a good and just like complex level of like the corruption that was there, the individual people and why they were targeted, why they were singled out. It did a good job storytelling wise of not giving you everything in the beginning. Like it's not like here is the riots and everything that happened, and now we're going to the court case. No, it did it throughout the court case.
It would like flash
And
back
it was-
to scenes.
Oh, it's so good.
mhm.
Yeah.
And I liked how you're right. I liked how it kept us kind of guessing, and every single time like something new would happen, it would not only be cool and you're like, whoa, I can't believe that happened. It was impactful and moved it forward. It wasn't like a weird tangent or anything. The intro is amazing too. Just when they're all talking about we're gonna go and not riot and we're gonna go there for a purpose, and then it cuts to immediately
Abby.
with Abby, and he's like, we're gonna have a lot of sex, like so much sex. They're not gonna stop us.
See, and I like that how you're saying where it's kind of feeds you information as it goes along. It does different perspectives as it, because it's as the course is developing, the flashbacks, and then there's Abby and his like stand-up comedy, so showing how the court sees it, how the people are seeing it, and how the defendants in this case are as well. And it really portrays, because it's the Chicago 7. There were 8 people on trial though, as they use one of the
Bobby Seale. They use Bobby Seale.
Bobby
the
Seale.
like main Black Panther of history.
Yeah, they use the Black Panther to help intimidate everyone against them, and it just showed the cruelty of how like the government in court cases.
Oh yeah.
And it's sad to see, but
and
you
that
know it's
judge,
real.
you just wanted to punch the judge in the face so many times.
You never want to hate someone more until you see their actions, and they defend them with more violence.
Oh my god.
I just got thrown out there. Abby Hoffman's book called "Steal This Book."
I read
Yes.
Yeah,
I
have
actually
too.
read it.
I
I didn't
know.
know he wrote it.
I didn't either.
That's when they're at the end of the thing, they're like, he wrote a book called "Steal This Book." I was like, hey, I've read that book.
It's a good book, Sherry.
It's pretty good.
It's actually pretty good.
That's a pretty good book.
Do you guys remember how long the trial went on for?
Yeah, it was like
it was
300 and something days.
It was like a full year.
Yeah.
I can look it up, but yeah.
'Cause,
it was a long.
Mhm.
time.
Because Spencer had this conversation after it ended. It was one of the longest cases that was done.
So long. Yeah, and you looked up what the actual
So-
longest case was, and the person who was on trial died,
Yeah, so
and they continued the case.
yeah, because it's in one of the top 5 longest cases held through with against the government or city.
I think one thing I have to add is the acting. The actors were phenomenal.
Yes.
Every single actor. Joseph Gordon-Levitt as the prosecution lawyer.
I didn't realize that was him.
Amazing.
I had a Keegan moment. I didn't know it was him till like halfway
Fucking
through.
Ready Player One's main old man was the defense attorney, and he did great. Oh my gosh.
Newt Scamander,
Yep,
what's
yep.
his name? I thought you would know. I don't
no,
know
I
actors.
I
But no, his portrayal, like the emotion does it, where it's like innocent, but with
And then the
enforcement.
random Michael Keaton. Loved random Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton's always
so
a win
good.
for
He
me.
was so great. And then it was also nice to see Newt Scamander from Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Him playing a role that really fit him. Like, this was a really good role for him. I thought he was amazing. And the
Shout out to Michael Keaton.
Yeah, Michael Keaton. Yeah.
I'll say there's a few scenes in that where his like accent comes through because he is British.
He's so British.
There's
yeah.
a few like things he says, but it's just so emotional that it sneaks through a bit. It's hard to notice. That just shows he's a good method actor too.
And I really like the buildup of not telling us 100% like how they got arrested, like, and then it told us at the ending, and you're just like, oh my gosh, this is hard.
Oh, the ending alone though, what their final statement.
The final statement was so good.
Oh god.
Ray, you want to add anything over here?
The trial went on fucking ever.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out exactly when it started, because there was when they were arrested and stuff, and then there's where the indictment starts, and there's when the trial starts. But the verdict was on February 18th, 1970.
Oh my
Jesus
god.
Christ.
It went on for a minimum a year. This
Yeah.
was a long trial. But it says the original 8 defendants indicted by the grand jury on March 20th, 1969.
Okay.
So it's about a year.
About a year. So yeah, 11 months.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a
crazy
long trial.
And it made sense for every plot point. Made sense.
Oh my god, yeah. Every
It was
plot point.
So well written of a movie. It was.
They have those
incredibly
weird
done.
little like off cut scenes, but just shows the development of certain characters so you can understand them more. They weren't necessary, but they were needed.
Well, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character line arc was insane. Like, it was so good. Even as like the bad guy, where he's like, "I'm trying to get them guilty," and he's like, "Okay, whoa, wait, that's not. We can't do that."
He's like, you can't bound and gag somebody in a fucking court.
Well, kind of like from like
on national television, he's like, "You can't do that."
Like this is a courtroom in America. Like,
I like
can't
how
do
if we
that.
change perspective of the film to Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character, he's a like green lawyer fresh out of law school, kinda.
Fresh.
And they're like, we give you this big case, you can do
You're
this.
the golden boy. You're gonna.
He technically won too.
Yeah,
like he did get them.
He
like
did
they all
technically
did.
win.
They did lose.
Yeah, but like
He
in
did
his
also
perspective at first, it's like
stand up and name every person.
every single one.
That's so
Yeah.
cool.
They're keeping logs and everything and checking.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and I liked that character because he was like, I'm writing down everyone who died during our trial because that's why we're here.
Mhm.
This is why we're
They
here.
take importance of
Yeah.
this versus the.
Exactly. It's
What we're
like
trying
this
to
isn't
support.
about us.
Yeah.
It's about all the men and women who are dying unfairly.
Mhm.
And that's why, like, at the ending of the movie, when they're reading off the names, anytime they say, like, an 18-year-old kid, I'm just like, oh, dude, that's rough. Like, that's hard. It really is.
And those are all their actual names too. They looked
All
up.
of them, yeah. All right. Well, on that note, let's rate this movie.
Easy 4.
Yeah, this might be a 5. I'm gonna bump it up. I think this might be one of those movies where, like, if you watch this movie and don't like it, I don't know if I could.
That you raise a fair point.
Like,
Yeah.
like if you're like, this wasn't a good movie, I'd be like, really? Like, this is such an impactful movie, and it's still relevant, which
Mhm.
kind of caught me off guard. Where I was like, that was really relevant. Like,
Yeah.
It's interesting what side it's relevant to
yeah,
Mhm.
because it's flipped to today.
it is, and that's so interesting. So,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 5.
I concur.
Hi,
Which one? There's been 4 answers, two
Okay.
answers out here.
I think he's concurring with you.
With
Yeah,
me?
yeah.
You're good?
Okay, I
Okay.
concur.
Okay.
It's a 5.
I think I'll give it a 4.
Okay, that's fair. I don't think non-full hosts can give 5s.
You don't get 5 privilege.
Yeah, you don't get a 5 privilege yet. You have to come to 2 more episodes to get a 5 privilege.
I'm
4
gonna,
for 4.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw it a 5, but I'll give it a 4. But I understand the 5.
Okay. Okay. All right. So let's
It's a hard
let's,
4.
was
I
it
would
better
have
than
issues with someone who hated this movie.
Yeah, which is why
Or
I
they
can
just
understand
they're
the
just
5.
like, this is dumb.
this is
like,
dumb?
this is-
Yeah. Because it
What-
starts off and it's never slow. It's
No,
no,
never
it's not.
slow. You're invested the entire time.
This
Consistent
is
pace.
how a good horror movie's supposed
This
to
is
be.
exactly how the
Rhythm section.
Yep. Rhythm section.
Rhythm section is not a court movie.
It's not like
Yeah,
a court.
they're in a court.
Oh my gosh, for like one scene.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Was it better than Bill and Ted and Freaky?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Great. So that means they both get kicked off the list. Bam. So there's no more
No!
tie. There's no more tie.
But what if Freaky's better?
Well, yeah. What if Freaky's better than Underwater, Keegan?
It is.
It's not. Okay. So then now Freaky's going into the bubble with Love and Monsters. Well, we're gonna keep Freaky in the contentment here. Yeah. All right. Okay. Was it better than Underwater?
Yeah.
I still hate you guys, but that's okay. I also agree it was better than Underwater. I have to throw that out there. I agree it was better than Underwater. Was it better than Weathering with You?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Aaron does not get choice on that. Was it better than Project Power?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you watch Project Power? It's on
Is
Netflix.
that a Netflix show or movie?
Movie.
This one with the what's it called?
Pills.
This
It has
is the
Joseph
movie
Gordon-Levitt
list.
in it.
Oh, I've been waiting.
What's
that's
the
all-
Dude,
animal
this might be
piano?
the year of Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Because like last year was the Mads Mikkelsen year. This might be the Joseph Gordon-Levitt year. Because
Oh,
he's in so many
I have that
movies
movie on
and
my
shit.
queue. I'll watch that.
Okay.
Suspect.
Was it better than Fantasy Island?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Was it better than New Mutants?
Yes.
Yeah.
Better than Guns Akimbo?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was it better than Boot?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was it better than The Hunt?
Yep.
Yes. Ooh.
Just throwing it out there, it's better than Synchronic.
Oh yeah, it was. Yep. Sorry, it was better than Synchronic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Was it better than Birds of Prey?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay. Yes, I agree, but that was intense. And was it better than The Gentleman?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
You haven't seen The
Yeah.
Gentleman.
I-
Okay, that is a unanimous decision, and now we get to the hard
Now
part.
it's hard.
Ray and I have already been trying to discuss this. Is it
Is it
better than Empty Man?
I say yes.
Okay.
Okay, there's one for you. I don't know yet.
I don't
I've been
know
debating
yet
this for a
either.
while
Me
because I
too.
like both movies for different things. The plot twist with Empty Man after the first act was so good.
Mm-hmm. And just some of the not meta humor, but the
Technical difficulties.
Shut the fuck up! We're trying to do a podcast here.
Shut your
give your balls
Give your fucking balls a dog, you
Fuck,
tit fucker.
Jonah, you stupid fuck.
Three things gonna happen, bud. I'm gonna hit you. You're gonna hit the floor, and I'm gonna fuck your mom.
I'm doing good. How are you?
Oh, not so bad.
Oh, good.
We're almost done. We're talking about movie. Close the fucking door.
All right, everyone, be
Get your fucking
quiet.
balls a tug.
And we're back.
That was Wayne. He was our security.
Okay.
It's his world.
Some of the
Yeah.
not meta humor but meta horror aspects in Empty Man were also really, really good. I did think about the movie more, and there are a lot of references to other movies, and I think that was on purpose now. Like,
I
now
think
that
so,
I'm
too.
finding all these references, I'm like, oh shit, that's like The Thing, and that's like Invasion of the Body Snatchers,
Yeah.
and like this movie was.
Yeah, I don't think
I
it was
will-
by accident. I think it was
I'll
intentional.
make a comment. Just that if I watch The Empty Man again, I'd probably like it more because I'll understand a little bit of what happened in the movie and also see all those other like things going in. When you watch the Chicago 7, you watch it and it's the first.
Yeah, but I
there's
watched
no
even
going
the second
back
time
to
though.
it.
But the second time I was still invested.
What
Yeah, same
I'll
with me.
give the Trial of Chicago 7 in its defense is after I was done with the movie, I wanted to know more about the case.
Yes, I
Mhm.
looked up a bunch about the
Yes.
case afterward. I really did. I was
Which,
like, I'm
which
so
I think
interested.
that was part of the point of the movie, and
Yeah.
it crushed that.
Mhm.
To take it from like I would just watch the movie, and now I need to know more about the real life events.
Yeah.
Is really well done.
Mhm.
It says a lot.
But do you think that's just a trope to go with any real life story that's made into a
No,
movie?
I've seen a lot of movies that are just like based on a true story. I'm like, yeah, I don't care about that.
It's one of
It,
those things to
it
take
didn't
into
do a
account,
good enough job about making.
Like
me
there's
want
that
to know
one
more
with
about it.
Clint Eastwood made about that guy who stopped the bombing.
Oh
Or
yeah,
tried to
Richard
stop.
Jewell.
Oh,
Yeah,
Richard Jewell.
yeah,
I didn't
that's
see
the one-
movie.
Yeah, Richard Jewell was a good movie, but this was way better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Richard
Well, no,
Jewell
I'm just
made it
saying
to our
that's
top
one of those
15
that
last year.
I wanted to look up stuff afterwards.
Okay,
too.
yeah.
Which I guess not every single one.
Yeah, but I think that shows like a quality of like how
Mhm.
it was made.
Well, and
Yeah.
this was impressive for a court movie to be so fast paced.
Mhm.
Like it literally had no woes at all. It was
Yeah.
just go, go, go. This is the facts. This is what's happening next. This is why this is happening. And you're
That's
like,
one thing you have to keep
this
in
is
mind though
insane.
with Empty Man versus the 7. Empty Man, it's a world building. They can do what they want with it. With Chicago
Yeah.
7,
True.
it's based off real events. They can't really change anything with that.
Mhm.
So
They
kind
can
of
take a
both
few creative liberties, but it would
baseline.
hurt
It has to stay.
It would have hurt it.
Yeah.
So both things have to be taken with a grain of salt if you're comparing the two. It's
Mhm.
real apples to oranges situation.
Yeah.
Or as our old host would say, Connor, apples to what was it?
The bananas.
Oh, apples to artichokes.
Apples to artichoke. What? Who says that?
Connor.
Connor,
an
what the fuck?
artichoke, because the outside of an artichoke, like you have to work for it, but when you work for it, it's like a really good. It's really, really good, and then the apples, like you just take a bite and it's already good. So
Yeah, it's like coconut to pudding. It's like when you gotta work for it, and the other one you don't. It's just there. It's like or air to I don't know ramen.
Do you breathe ramen?
No, but you breathe air and it's easy. You just do it. Then you gotta work for ramen.
Well, it's easy for some people.
Unless you're a heathen and just eat it straight, just fucking raw.
I feel offended right now.
That was definitely not to you.
That was at me.
You eat it
That
raw
was a
too?
Shot, no, that was a shot at me, man.
Oh man, I didn't even know.
Oh yeah.
I mean it. You're garbage. You need to do better.
Oh.
They make
Alright.
specific ramen snacks for that.
Hey, Aaron, there's a knife.
Eat the things how it's supposed to.
Use mine.
Can we talk about the movies? Okay, all right. So
Anyway, dude, yeah, I don't know. I've been debating for a while which one I like more.
I think we could put a pause. I'll watch Empty Man be a decider too. I do. You guys have got me interested in this and how good it is. If you're comparing it to the Chicago 7,
Don't
it
watch
just,
the trailer.
I avoid trailers.
Should we
now.
just have a great debate about it?
great debate.
Great debate.
What?
Which is better?
We're doing
Where
We're
have you
doing
been?
right now.
right now.
Yeah, but I wasn't prepared to debate it.
Right now, I'm leaning more towards Chicago 7 because I think, to kind of go what Casey always says, is that I think more people will like Chicago 7.
If you were to recommend one of these movies to someone,
Chicago's.
Well, depends on what they like. If someone's like,
Depends,
you know,
yeah,
I
depends
really
on
like
the
horror
content.
movies, I'm gonna easily.
I mean, if they say
Empty Man.
if which of these movies would you recommend? Just baseline. If you had to recommend one of these,
Yeah,
without a
I
preference.
don't ever recommend Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
That's the right answer.
The Dark Knight.
Ready Player One.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Oh wow, those are 3 good movies. I actually wasn't expecting those.
Um,
I've seen
yeah,
all
I
3
don't
of
know.
those actually.
I think I'm leaning more towards Trial of Chicago 7, just because of the other effect it had on me post movie.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Whereas like it
Wow.
made it
It
triggered me
leaves an
enough to
impact.
trigger me. I didn't get
Triggered.
triggered. I didn't get triggered.
It left you
made
wanting
me want
more.
to know more about what happened.
Uh-huh.
Like I had to know if he read every name after the end. I was
He
like,
did,
I gotta know.
yeah.
Yeah, he did. It was just like I gotta know more about
It took
this.
like 20 minutes to read all those names.
That's
Too.
way
dude,
longer
there's
than
a-
20 minutes.
Yeah, it's like you read like thousands of names.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Trial of Chicago 7 is my number one.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Sorry, I forgot to breathe.
See, it's not that easy to breathe air.
No.
Have you ever tried to breathe uncooked ramen?
Wait, what was your vote?
He voted
Oh,
for trial.
shit,
Okay.
yeah,
So I can even I think I'm also voting for Trials, but okay. So Trials Chicago 7, you are officially our number 1 movie.
That was up there for a week.
Man, there's been some movement on the top here
Yeah.
in the later half of the year.
There's some good movies coming out.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah.
And it seems like they might be
All for now.
kind of we might have accidentally just solidified our top 13 because we'll see what comes out in the next month.
Nah, I can kick Underwater off still.
Well, what
You
else?
fucked it
What else
right
do
up.
we have?
It's
left?
right there too.
I know.
We still got Freaky and Love of Monsters.
Apparently Freaky's good.
Yeah, no, it's not better than. Oh, Ray's gonna like it more than Underwater.
Yep.
No, Underwater. No, I'm gonna go watch it right now. Right now, we're watching it. It's a great movie. Fuck all of you.
What movie?
Underwater.
Nah.
Ah. All right. Well, thank you for listening to our podcast, guys.
Be safe out there.
If you liked us going more in depth about a movie that we've already talked about, aka Vivarium, and you would like us to go more in depth on another movie we've talked about this year or even last year, just let us know, and we will do that.
Or if you want to hear my opinion on a movie from last year, because I wasn't on the podcast.
Oh yeah,
Or
that-
Aaron.
I'd be worth with that.
Throw it out there.
Yeah, throw it out there.
I'd
If
be
you're like,
down
you
for
know
that.
what, we want to know like what you thought of Isle of Dogs, because that was one of our top movies of last year. Like, yeah, we could definitely do that. If they've seen it. But yeah, we'll definitely do some more of that if you guys are interested. And we can find Keegan at Woke Butter on Twitter. We can find Ray at the Single Players Club on Twitch. We can find Aaron.
Or TikTok. I post more TikToks.
He posts TikToks. Aaron, do you have
Gross.
any social media?
I mostly just tell
No.
my dogs.
All right.
I'm an in-person kind of guy.
And I'm Von Bun, and I'm on everything. So, woo.
Woo.
Have a good day.
Bye.
I'm trying to get to the stop button.
Now we leave.
Make sure to tune in next episode.